Hello, my name is Mr. Eaglehead. Today I will be your trainer in helicopters. I will teach you all the basics to using helicopters in GTA 5 Online. We will talk about dogfighting and attacking ground targets. We did a video similar to this, but this time we will go over more details and actually do commentary since a lot of you guys asked for it. Alright, with that out the way, let's get fucking started with this video. I recommend practicing with the Savage and Annihilator since they are the most basic helicopters to use. These helicopters are heavy vehicles, so they handle very smoothly and slow. The Buzzard is a good starter as well, but it has a lot of turbulence compared to the other two. The Buzzard handles like a lightweight helicopter, so it's not as easy to handle, but take note that this helicopter isn't twitchy like the FH-100 with race handling. You can fly the Buzzard, Annihilator, and Savage in GTA races, which makes it free to practice, and you can respawn another one when yours is damaged. Take note you can only fly the FH-100 in normal races, not in GTA races, so you can't use the weapons to practice. The RF-1 Akula is not even in the race menu. Now we will begin with our first topic on this video. Many players make the mistake of using the wrong fucking camera when they are flying helicopters. Never use the third-person camera view when you're attacking someone or dogfighting another helicopter. The hood view is the best option since you'll actually be able to aim the damn helicopter. As you can see, the hood view makes me a lot more accurate than the other camera views. It's impossible to be as accurate in the other camera views. The camera automatically goes on the side of your helicopter with the third-person views. This is how you swap from first-person view to hood view. Start menu. Settings. Camera view. Hood view, and then put it on. Now since we learned that bullshit, let's hop into our next topic, which is more interesting but more difficult. Aiming with helicopters can be fucking difficult when you get started, but it's so easy when you learn how to aim correctly. In GTA 5 I learned and practiced how to aim at the beach, and I recommend every beginner in helicopters to do so as well. First off, I learned how to fly in circles around a lifeguard house, and then I focused my shooting only at the house without missing the target. You want to get as much gunfire on the house as possible while also circling around very fast. Circling takes a whole lot of speed control and using your bumper buttons correctly. Never let your helicopter get too high or too low when you're circling your target. Circling your target will make you a lot more accurate, and it helps you dodge them stupid ass homing missiles as well. This also helps you against any gunfire since you'll be moving instead of just staying there stationary. Start off using the Annihilator and Savage when you're learning the technique of circling your target. The other attack helicopters are much more difficult since they are either twitchy or lightweight helicopters. Now since we talked about the main aspect of piloting, we will move on to our next damn topic in this video. I use the race handling on my FH-1 Hunter and I always use the chaff as a countermeasure on helicopters. I also use explosive bombs, the other bombs are not as good.
What we doing today?
Take note that the race handling is quite twitchy. You may have to go with the sports handling if you struggle or can't control the helicopter. I use the sport handling on the RF-1 Aquila since it's much lighter than the FH-1 Hunter.
What's the vision here?
In my opinion, the sport handling on the Aquila makes it handle perfectly. Make sure to always use the damn barrage missiles if you're planning on doing PvP with this badass stealth helicopter. The homing missiles on the RF-1 Aquila are not good in PvP. It doesn't even have a non-homing missile option. This means that the missiles would lock onto the police even though you're aiming at a player. The homing missiles should only be used for missions and non-PvP things. Take note the FH-1 Hunter and RF-1 Aquila is much harder to handle compared to the Savage, Buzzard, and Annihilator. Just a little tip, the RF-1 Aquila barrage missiles are slightly more accurate than the FH-1 Hunter since the RF-1 Aquila is not wide like the FH-1 Hunter. The Hunter missiles are more spread apart. I personally prefer the RF-1 Aquila for PvP, it feels better, the missiles are more accurate, and it has stealth mode. The Aquila and Hunter are both great in missions. I prefer using the Aquila in free mode since it keeps me off radar from players, especially them dickheads that want to blow your ass up. Now we will look into our next topic in this video. Now I will teach you how to dogfight other helicopters and how to be better than most other people that typically use helicopters. Let's get started with training. Start the race called Heli River. Use all the settings that I'm going to use. Pick the Annihilator to practice your aim, the Savage is far too easy with this, you want to actually get your aim good and steady, not just kill everything with one shot. You can also pick the Buzzard attack helicopter but only use the machine guns, and try to avoid using missiles. You can practice the missiles slightly by using the non-homing missile option. Destroy traffic cars till you get a 3-star or more wanted level. This would cause the police helicopters to come in so you can actually start getting some real damn training in. Start dogfighting with the police helicopters to improve your aim in dogfights. You can also shoot at the police cars and traffic cars to improve your aim even more. Remember to aim at the top of helicopters since that's the weakest point on helicopters in this game. Don't forget to shoot in front of the helicopters if you're using non-homing missiles. Never use homing in a helicopter dogfight, unless you know the other pilot sucks or unless you're using an FH-100 or Akula against a slower helicopters like the Savage and Annihilator. The missiles can be difficult for those to dodge once you gain a lot of altitude and dump the missiles down on them. Hold Y to reset your helicopter once it gets damaged. It's much harder to practice with the damn RF-1 Akula and FH-100 since they are not available in GTA races. You could only practice in free mode with these helicopters, so this can be much more time consuming and difficult. You need to destroy as many traffic cars as possible, and get a 3-star wanted level. Once you get 3 stars or more, the police helicopters will come after your ass. Remember to always shoot in front of them and not directly at them to be accurate. The missiles take a little time to travel and a split second to shoot out when you press the button to launch the missiles. This applies to attacking ground targets also. I recommend practicing near your hangar to repair your helicopter quickly. The Akula is easier to practice with than the Hunter since you can use the stealth mode to remove most of your wanted level. Now we will look into our next topic in this damn video. Learning to fly low is highly recommended to avoid sniper fire and homing missile lock-on. I recommend practicing in the race first. Learn how to do this in the Buzzard if you find it difficult with the bigger helicopters. I recommend starting with the Buzzard or the Annihilator if you want to use a bigger helicopter and be very good at flying helicopters. Don't start with the Savage because of the propellers of fucking doom. Once you get somewhat good at flying low, I recommend trying the RF-1 Akula. You will be flying low behind buildings and such a lot since it has stealth mode, and the main purpose is to kill players without being seen or barely being seen. You do not want your target to see you till you have a good shot on his ass. Avoid fighting Oppressor Mark II users at all cost in any helicopter. The Savage hitbox has been raised to make it easier for Oppressor Mark II users to take it out. You'll barely ever be successful with fighting an Oppressor Mark II, most fights against them will end up with your helicopter on fire and a stupid ass laughing pussy bike user.
What the fuck?
I recommend dogfighting with a friend if you have one to do it with. You can either do the dogfight in Heli River or the custom map that I made, linked in the description. I also made one for the FH-100. Remember to always shoot ahead of your target and not directly at him with the barrage missiles. Take note that the FH-100 in these custom death matches don't have any customization, so they won't handle anywhere near the FH-100 once you upgrade it. This map is mostly made to practice your aim and timing with the missile barrage system. Don't forget that you can have a co-pilot on the cannon in the Valkyrie and the FH-1 Hunter. These can make the helicopter 3 times more dangerous and even give it the ability to fight Oppressor Mark II pussy boys. To summarize this damn video, fix your camera view, learn how to circle your opponent, learn how to fly low, practice your aim, and never fight fucking Oppressor Mark II users. Don't forget that a co-pilot on the FH-1 Hunter and Valkyrie can make your helicopter much more deadly. Even the Buzzard and Savage can be much more deadly since the co-pilot can use its homing missiles. Hit that shitty ass red subscribe button and you know about that like button shit.